Alright, in this video we exit Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico and drove a short 30 miles to Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Spent the night there, did some hikes, and then we went south, visited Big Bend Ranch State Park, headed east to Big Bend National Park, and boondocked on our way towards Lackland Air Force Base, or Joint Base San Antonio. Stayed at that base for a couple days before heading east to stay at Magnolia Beach, and then we started making our trip up north and stayed at Hanks Creek Recreation Area before leaving Texas and going into Arkansas. So I'm not sure what happened when I started editing this video. It was supposed to start with all of the footage from our hike and our stay at Guadalupe Mountains National Park, but all of that is gone. So it was only one night, but we do recommend that area. It was a really cool hike called Devil's Hall. So I'll start this video with just a few still photos so you can at least see what it looks like there. It's a pretty cool area of Texas. Guadalupe Mountains National Park this morning, heading towards Big Bend Ranch State Park, which is just close to the national park. We're going to stay there at least one night. Lots of vast, deserty mountain landscape, not a whole lot out here on US Highway 90. Hoping to find a jewelry store so I can pick up something for Jess. We'll see. Anything in the store. Oh, it's closed. That's a shame. Marfa burrito. Apparently Anthony Bourdain and Matthew McConaughey ate here, so gonna give it a shot.
Today we're staying at Big Bend Ranch State Park. We have primitive campsites. They vary from normal access two-wheel drive to you need high clearance four-wheel drive. I had no idea what to choose, so I just got us a regular two-wheel drive site. And we have a bear box, picnic table, little shelter,
and our own windmill.
Fire pit, windmill, the water trough over there, and then there is an old corral off in the distance that we can hike to.
So if you watched my other videos, you knew that I was having air compressor problems, but fixed it, back up in business. Trin was limping, so we didn't take her on a long walk. Left her at the van and aired down the Jeep, and we're just exploring the state park now, checking out some four-wheel drive roads and other campsites. Well, Trent started barking up a storm. We had no idea what was happening, so we started walking down the road after looking at the sunset. See this huge steer over here. So State Park, back on, I think it's Highway 170, and we're just gonna kind of follow the Rio Grande and the Texas-Mexico border all the way to Big Bend National Park, about 90 miles away. Highly recommend the state park. The campsites are nowhere near each other, so I think the closest one near us was like 4 miles away. It would definitely help to have extra fuel canisters or a bigger fuel tank to really explore the whole state park because it's so big. And if we had more time, we'd probably check with the rangers to figure out what roads we could make it down in the van and which ones we can't. Alright, we're stopping for a walk with the dogs. Found a hike called Hoodoo's. Don't know anything about it. Only one's here. Rio Grande. Right across that river is Mexico. Alright, we made it to Terralingua. I'm just trying to find a store where we can get a few groceries because we're running low on supplies. There's not a lot out here. As far as we can tell, this is the only market where you can get groceries here in Terralingua, so come with your supplies.
You look so beautiful, baby. I know you're the love of my life. I got a feeling like never before that all these miles were worth it. Chasing your heart and running the ghosts, 'cause I will be loved by you.
Made it to camp for the night at Big Bend National Park. Pretty spectacular.
We are going on Old Maverick Road. It's a primitive road, and we're going to do a loop and do the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive over into Santa Elena Canyon.
In the Jeep. Finished the 15 miles or so on Old Maverick Road. I don't know why they required four-wheel drive. It's basically a dirt road with a bunch of washboard. More annoying than anything. But back on pavement, and what is this?
Santa Elena Canyon.
At Santa Elena Canyon Overlook. I can't remember if I did a video or not, but this is camp at Big Bend National Park. We got a spot just a couple miles off-road down Pine Canyon. Not too shabby. This national park is just kind of wild. Like, everyone knows how big Texas is, but you really don't appreciate how big it is until you come out to the mountain area. This is one area I haven't been in Texas, and there's just lots of undeveloped land, and like a park like this, it's just so huge. Campsites nowhere close to each other, and you just got views that last for miles and miles and miles. Pretty neat place. So Archer, we've had to give some antibiotics the past few days. He woke up 2 days ago with a very swollen cheek. I think maybe one of his glands was inflamed, or maybe he got poked by something. There's a lot of fluid in it. So we've given him some antibiotics and it looks to be improving. And then Trinity is finally showing signs of her age. She's over 11 years old, and her front leg seems to be bothering her, so we're not taking her on long walks or anything like that anymore, but hoping some anti-inflammatories will help her out and she'll be back at it soon. I know I've said this a lot, but this is another location that I'm extremely glad we came in the winter time. I don't feel like it's crowded. The weather is absolutely perfect. It's mid-60s. Just got a slight breeze, but I would not want to be here in the middle of the summer. I'm rambling a lot, but this is the road on Pine Canyon where our campsite is. This is the only spot that I think might be a little gnarly. Looks like someone definitely got stuck right there. But other than that, it's not a terrible road. Just got some rutted out stuff.
First time trying steaks on our BioLite. Got the coals going pretty well.
We haven't had steaks in a long time. Woo!
What do you have them seasoned with today?
SPG, baby.
Awesome. Can't wait.
That one's on fire. Anniversary is today. Hit 50,000 miles. We've done 10,000 miles in the past 3 months. Alright, it's a gloomy day. We considered staying in Big Bend another night, but thought it was best to keep pushing east to make our timeline for Key West. Drove a couple hours. And we're at Amistad National Recreation Area, boondocking next to some campsites. It's been gloomy all day, so probably just going to be hanging out in the van, not filming much. Saw my first live armadillo. I always thought that was a myth because we would see them all the time, and we had them in Tennessee, but they were always dead on the side of the road. That was the first live one that I've seen. So. More to come. Well, made it to Lackland Air Force Base. A lot has changed as far as basic military training dormitories. This is what I remember in the 6-7 weeks that we were here for basic training, but totally different now. These are the new Air Force dormitories. Those poor bastards. Honey chicken biscuits are the best for breakfast. No one else comes close. Wrapping up our time in San Antonio. We're here a few days, and we're going to try and hit the coast and camp on the coast before a storm hits on Monday. good benefit of an older model Revel, which I don't know why the new ones don't have this, is we're able to fill up jugs and fill up our freshwater tank manually. We couldn't find a fill station anywhere close by, so it takes a little bit of work, a couple trips doing it to fill it up, but beats driving many miles out of the way to fill it up. Well, we have made it to Magnolia Beach, Texas coast. It's been about a month since we've been on the beach when we left California's coast. This isn't exactly what we were expecting, but it'll do for a couple nights.
High clouds drifting away, leaving no shadows under. First step out of the maze, follow the path and wander. And we go with no illusion.
Cool, 800 grand, and one of these can be yours. Global X vehicles, I believe they are. All right, just gonna relax today, watch some football. Got it set up right here. Last day of nice weather. I think it should reach 70 today. And then the storm comes in and we're gonna leave. Just met Tracy right here. He's a big fan of the channel because we're so awesome. And then Weston and Amy pulled in next to us. We met them this morning. It's pretty crowded here, but looks to be a little bit better today. Dogs are just chilling. Traveling goats. What is that, buddy?
Remember, hope instead, the best is up ahead. Oh, living with no regret. Oh.
Chilling here with Tracy. Watching, hopefully the Chiefs lose here in overtime. Got a nice fire going. Good game. This is his van back here. Chilling on Magnolia Beach. Trinity being a bad dog as usual.
Get him, bro. Yeah, you get him.
Okay, woke up to cloudy, rainy morning on the coast. We are heading north, heading towards Hot Springs, Arkansas. Definitely not going to get there today, but I'm going to try and find a spot 4 or 5 hours up the road and maybe hit that tomorrow. God bless Texas.
Today, I think it's going to be our last day in Texas. We're staying at Hanks Creek Park Campground, Army Corps of Engineers. We got it half off with our access pass, so $13. Looks like a fairly large campsite. We're about ready to take the dogs for a walk and check it out.
Just finished our last night in Texas. We're heading to Arkansas this morning. Got a long drive, like 4.5 hours with bad weather. Thoughts on Texas?
I loved the west side. Big Bend State Park, I think, was my favorite. A little bit more so than the actual national park. Wish we had had more time to explore, but we are kind of on a strict timeline, but definitely we'll be circling back to visit there again.
We're beginning to notice way less options for boondocking and public land, so that's going to be a hard adjustment. I see a Walmart or Cracker Barrel in our future. Happy trails.
And catch you in the next one.